I think I can go for a bit longer today, and I want to do another run. So let's do one more. Let's go with endless. What? Random. Covenant 25, and let's see if we can discover some new interesting stuff. We have Talos with Rage and Armor and Slay. We have Arcus with Incant and Harvest. We have Seraph with Consume. Ice Tornado, Shelter, Guardian's Amulet is our starting deck. We are playing Soul Guard with Wurmkin Exiled as our secondary. So we have the Echo Breaks. Interesting starting deck. Let's see what we can find here. Rationing Scale and Concussive Coals. What do we do with Concussive Coals? It reduces the average amount of damage coming in on the bottom floor, while at the same time reducing the amount of revenge triggers and also reducing their reliability. It increases the value of armor or damage shield or similar defensive mechanisms. And we already have shelters. But all of that only applies if we're on the bottom floor. It helps get collectors sometimes. That is one thing that we need to consider. Rationing scales I expect to be about what? 90, 180, probably about 300 gold if we pick it this early. That is not nothing. It will also be immediately 10 pyre health. Yeah. Cheater's Hand, Winged Steel and Pyre Stone Housing. What can we do with Cheater's Hand? We can make it much more likely to discard a Guardian's Amulet with a foregone power. We can make setups with... We can make more complicated setups. We can use stuff like Kinho's Carapace. Normally I would probably go for Winged Steel here because it's really powerful, but I want to go with Cheater's Hand and see if we can abuse the ability to put cards on top of our deck in some way. Dire Channel versus Titan Channel. Are we the kind of deck that can just play bunch of spells early? Maybe. Not right now, of course, but we only need to play 4 right now. I'm gonna go with Titan Channel. Haven't had a great Titan Channel run in a while. Non-boss enemy units enter with Spikes 3. I think we take this challenge. Titan Channel can tank that damage pretty decently. Especially if we can get rid of the Clergyman. Is it just a nice Tornado on the bottom, Soul Guard on the top? And then we try to play both foregone powers and likely fail? Was a 50-50. Shouldn't have said likely fail. That is not really correct. We drop these Train Stewards. Do we want one on the top? Do we care about Ember Drain? I don't think we care enough. Other Train Steward goes here. We want to cast a spell on the top floor so we get a little bit closer. Well, Sep doesn't really matter all that much on these guys, but I'm okay with putting it there anyways. I think what we want to do is save the Shelter for next turn. Cast both of these spells. Sorry, Train Steward. And then we only have 2 units coming up to the top floor, so we will be fine no matter what we draw. I think this will be a good turn to play double shelter and echo break. Probably not gonna play the foregone power actually. And we keep the ice tornado for next turn. And this is double echo break on this floor. Ice tornado can wait another turn. So we are probably... It's probably safest to put the ice tornado back then, so that we can actually play these foregone powers. Well, we win anyways. Especially with that zap. Let us see what we have in store. Offering Token, Crypt Builder and Mollusk Mage. Mollusk Mage with the Echo Breaks and the Ice Tornadoes is not bad. It's a non-priority unit, so it's not something we can completely rely on. Offering Token does have a good target in the Guardian's Amulet, and Crypt Builder does have some discards in the Foregone Power and the Cheater's Hand that helps set it up a bit more easily. I'm gonna go with Mollusk Mage because I rarely go with Mollusk Mage, and Echo Infusion with with Infused is just good, right? 0 cost, apply plus 10 health. Usually you pay 3 for that and get a small amount of spikes on top of it. This also helps trigger Inspire if we go for that, or Koruska if we can find that. What do we have? We have a pretty decent frontliner that can kill one big target if it's not armored or something like that. We have a bunch of weakish damage spells that can target the backliners. Ice Tornadoes can also sometimes hit the backliners with Shelter for defense. But all of that is pretty uninspiring right now. Like, it does the job, but it just does it... It's just good enough. It's nothing beyond that. And I think that's an okay position to be in. That's actually a very good position to be in, because we have all bases covered, so we can build for after Talos, or maybe for Talos rather. Kind of want spell upgrades, and we can't get any upgrades here. So we might have to go for the spell upgrade here. What are some other options we can go for? Yeah, I think we go for the spell upgrades. We could go for a Stygian unit here. That could certainly be something. Let's take a look at the Merchant of Magic first. We have Holdover available. That could go on Echo Infusion, it could go on Guardian's Amulet. Probably nothing else right now. Keeper of Echoes and Kinhost Carapace. I'm really interested in this unit. I wanted to play with it and Cheater's Hand for a while. Now we kinda care a lot about shard generation, candy generation, not shard, echo. Echo or candy. Please don't call them shards. That's something entirely different. I do like the health sustain that Echo Infusion with Holdover offers for us. Magic Power and Ice Tornado. As I said before, 30 can be an important breakpoint in the late game, but it's also a pretty nice amount in the early game. And there are even some mid-game units where it makes a difference. So... how much gold do we have access to? We have 220. So if we buy both of these and reroll, we will have 110 left, which might not be enough for an upgrade. So maybe I skip the Power Stone and just go for a cost reduction here. I am kind of interested in cost reducing these Echo Breaks. The Ice Tornadoes can wait for a bit. They're okay if they're expensive. At least right now. That won't be the case for that long, but Armor Emblem, that makes these Echo Breaks a lot less exciting. What are we up against? Incants, Healers, and Crossbowmen, I think, are accompanying them. So I think we should be fine. Our goal is to time the Carapace right. So we want to throw it back on top of the deck until we have a decent number of candy. Let's play Soul Guard. Let's play Mollusk Mage. Echo Infuse the Mollusk Mage. Then ouch the Mollusk Mage. Yes, they didn't deserve it. I'm sorry. But we need those candy. Is there one more turn where we save the Kin Host and then we play it next turn for about a 50-50? I think that's what we do. We don't have any backline damage to deal with. And the Mollusk Mage is not gonna matter in a boss fight either. I think what we do here is we play a Train Steward and Echo Break it away. Filling up these candy slots. And now is the time where we play the Kinhost Carapace. We do want to hit the Overcharged Apprentice with these Echo Breaks for sure. With one of them, then Soulgog gets the kill. We can kill the Disciple Foot Soldier. I actually want both. So we put the Forearm Power, no, the Shelter back. We want to kill you, we want to kill you. We play a 77 Kinhost. 70-70. I guess that's large enough to be our frontliner. Now we only need to deal with the Trusted Priest in the next wave somehow. Ice Tornado would do it, but not if we can play it. I think this is Train Steward. Let's put the Ice Tornado back. I'm okay discarding a Train Steward here. So let's play this first. That's what I didn't want to discard, but we are more than strong enough here. We take 5 damage to the Extinguish. We heal it back up with the Rationing Scales. We don't need 2 of these in one hand. Pretty good result. We took out the Crossbowman. This is the last turn. Can we keep the Mollusk Mage alive? We can. Not that it matters, I just like keeping my units alive when I can. Titan's Gratitude. Crypt Builder. Both of these are tempting. What would be the perfect essence for a Kinhost Carapace? We can play it and make it pretty large. So we would want something that helps it leverage the stats it has. Something like Bog Wurmkin Egg. Bog Chrysalis? No. Bog Deep Cocoon. But then again, 70 is a lot now, it's not going to be a lot later, and it's not going to grow much bigger than that. The trample would certainly be nice, the increased capacity to play it would not. Other essences that would be good on it, I guess Glare Minder would be quite nice with the Edge Apply Reap. And we might just run Glare Minder itself. Stygian Guard essences, they could work well on a large individual unit. Well, Eel Gorgon could certainly work. But then again, we might just be better off using Eel Gorgon and putting another essence on it. Titan Sentry could work. Could see that. Or any of the totems, honestly. How do we make the most of a 2-cost 70-70? Honestly, maybe we will make it the 2 costs 120 later. 2 cost 1 capacity. Just put a multi-strike on it or something. Well, or something. There is no or something. There is only multi-strike. Kinda wish there was like a trample upgrade. Like as an analog to multi-strike. That helps you deal with backliners. Sweep would be too OP as a unit upgrade, but trample might be okay. I'm not sure. These are all so expensive. Guardian's Amulet, Ice Tornado. But fine. It does have attuned. Broken Memories, Hosting Kin. I haven't played much with Hosting Kin at all. But it is infused, it is 0 cost. It does deal with the backliner. There's also Proclamation. Proclamation is just a strong card. Broken Memories is very neat as well, but we don't really have great ways to use it. We only have the shelter. So I'm gonna go for Hosting Kin here. Keeper of Echoes, Kinhost Vessel, and Guard of the Unnamed. Kinhost Vessel is interesting. It kind of competes with Kinhost Carapace. Both. We want to play the Kinhost Carapace first, but we want to play the Kinhost Carapace turn 2 or 3. So what do we do with the Kinhost Vessel until then? Maybe we don't have to play the Kinhost Carapace on turn 3. Maybe just like getting a 50-50 is enough. 40-40 even. Maybe we put the Kinhost Carapace into the Kinhost Vessel. That would be a +20/+20 for the unit that comes out of it. That unit also has multi-strike already by base. And applies Reap to the enemy it hits. Sadly not to the... Wait. It is just the enemy it hits, right? It's the Kinhost Pupa. This one. Armor 20, multi-strike 1, strike, apply Reap 1 to enemy units. Okay, I can see that. Kinhost Vessel it is, I think. Soul Guard eggs. Well, 1 egg. And let's go for the artifact instead of the dupe. We don't have great dupe targets right now. I guess the Echo Infusion is kind of okay, but we don't want too many holdovers. Hammer Chest Blades. Cleansing Water. Yeah, it's still pretty early. Cleansing Water can do a lot of work. We are up against Rage Talos, right? Yeah. Yeah, that might be pretty good. Seek Stone. We do have the option to get a spell in our opening hand. Which one would that be? Twinstone is also here. Siren of the Sea and Icy Silo Fight. Action applies spell weakness. If we want to be on the top, we can't really utilize that, but on other floors, certainly. Certainly a possibility. Siren of the Sea is pretty slow growing. Could work out on a Kinhost vessel. What is our defensive plan right now? For now it's still shelters. And, well, Echo Infusion as well. That might be good enough for at least up until Fel or Arcus. Which one are we facing? We are facing Arcus, right? Yeah, with Incant and Harvest. Siren of the Sea in a Kinhost Pooper isn't bad. It's really not. But for right now we only have a Kinhost vessel. Right now our capacity usage looks like... We want to play these in the same turn, right? So that we can play... If we play the Kinhost vessel after the Kinhost Carapace, there will be no room. If we play the Kinhost Carapace after the Kinhost vessel, there will be no candy. So that is a little bit of an awkward interaction there. We could put the Echo Infusion in our opening hand, but it's only gonna be really good until a bit later. We could put a Hosting Kin. No, I don't think these upgrades are really worth it. Let's see what we find here. It's half. Let's take a look at her real quick. We have... wrong clan. We have the essence of +30, +30, +2 capacity and trample. She will always come with a made to fit and is still 3 capacity after that. The +2 capacity is really awkward on her essence, but the trample is very nice. She herself has trample. Don't think I want to build around her, but maybe I want to take her hammer anyways. I think I turn her down. Oh, we get Hef's Consolation. Upgrade a unit with +10 attack and -1 capacity. Okay, so turning her down. I guess it was a little foolish of me to think you would start being the selfless type. No matter, I'll still help you out. And just to prove I'm still the giving one in this relationship here, here's something that might help you out. Will you at least take this? All our units are already 1 capacity, so that is kind of not that great. But we can put it on a train steward for now. That is very good to know though. I don't think I have turned down Hef before and gotten that offer, so yeah, I didn't know it existed. The Rage Talos. We do have the cleanse, so well, if it triggers, we would have the cleanse. We have both our units in our opening hand, so I think we just have to play the Kinhost vessel here. We also want to start incanting with it, so... Oh yeah, it dies if we play it now. Is that a problem? It shouldn't be a problem for this fight. We don't need it. We just used it to incant there. That's fine. That's a bit too much damage to just take like this. Well, at least one guy got the rage purged. Could have been worse, I guess. We can wait one more turn with this. We can actually fit the train steward on this floor now. The smallified one. But we will take Ember Drain for it. I'm not exactly hyped about that. This reduces the damage we take by quite a bit. We do have Echo Break. 50-50? Is that good enough? It might be. It's probably good enough, right? Buff it up a bit. We don't need to incant any or anything like that. We do have the damage to deal with these guys. So our best choice is to reduce the bottom floor. I think we play everything else here. Get you up. Kill that guy. Move the unit to the back. And then... Oops! There is still Telos on that floor. Right. We don't need the Ice Tornado right now, and we don't want to discard it, but we also don't really need the Foreground Power at all. And then just Shelter. 10 armor on everyone. This looks like a decent turn for some Foreground Powers. Let's put the Ice Tornado back. We nuke you so we can kill the backliner. But the backliner has sweep, so we kinda wanna try to discard the Crypt Builder. Actually kill them off beforehand. Of course we discard everything but the Crypt Builder. That works too. Just don't want to discard the other Foreground Power. Oh well. Doesn't matter. This is not bad. This deck is working. Symphony of the Soul. No. Simply no. Let's take an accelerated incubation. Lodestone Totem. What can we do with that? We can infuse it into a Mollusk Mage. Or the other way around. We could also infuse it into a Kinhost Carapace. Probably not the other way around. A second Kinhost Carapace doesn't make any sense, right? We can play both of them. Nameless Siren as an essence in a Kinhost Carapace doesn't really matter all that much. After we play the Kinhost Carapace, we won't have an opportunity to play the Lodestone Totem. Carapace's essence is summon +10/+10. On summon. So that is pretty okay with X. Those trigger it twice. Once on summon and then once on hatch. It's really good with reforming units, like put it on a draft. Draft grows by +10/+10 whenever you reform it. And we know how good Resin Block is. And that's basically a Resin Block for that unit with health affected as well. Put it in a deck with Transcend Imp and suddenly your Transcend Imp goes bananas. Put it on an Endless unit. There are a few uses for this. I'm gonna go for a Lodestone Totem though. I feel like we want energy, but we can also solve that problem with spell upgrades. But I kinda wanna go for unit upgrades first, and then spell upgrades won't be available here. So we would have to wait this long. Maybe we go for spell upgrades here, and then go for the Merchant of Steel on this floor. We get the Unstable Vortex here, and I don't think we need this Wurmkin banner. If that allows us to go draw by getting some cost reductions online, I am all for it. Let's pick up the Pyre Health, which we will then convert into gold as soon as we enter the next room. And now we have to make the decision, can we cast 10 spells? That is one of the reasons I really wanted to go draw. I think we can. And even if we can't, we can probably get Kinho's Carapace online to solve the problem in the meantime. Truestone, Twinstone. I do like Truestone a lot with these damage spells. Crypt Builder might not need it as much, but it just removes any of the shard enhanced armor guys that way. And these can be a pretty big problem. Accelerated incubation with Spell Chain, just to get the egg ready immediately once we play that. I think I like it. Well, not quite immediately, right? It requires 8. It has shell 8. Shell 8 is correct. We want to get some cost reductions. Echo Breaks are still high up on my list just because they're infused easy spells to cast. We don't have many easy infused spells to cast. Crypt Builder would be an option. Not always great though. Magic power on the Crypt Builder, the second one is not quite as good. Carapace in the Steward Expert Challenge on Reforming Stewards. That could work. But then you would need to draw the Steward with the Carapace in. And because Stewards are not a priority unit, might not always work out. I don't think we take Consume Removal. Unless we take it on Hosting Kin and cost reduce it, but then it's just like an expensive Echo Break with a spell power on it. I don't like it. I will buy the spell power here. Permafrost. That could go well on a Crypt Builder, or even better on a Guardian's Amulet. How many of these will I keep? I don't know. I think I will purge 1 or 2 Foregone Powers, and I will purge the Train Stewards before I start purging Echo Breaks. So I think we can have 4 cost reduced. I actually will buy the Permafrost for the Guardian's Amulet. We need some money now. There's another Divine Temple. So many Divine Temples in a row. I think the Train Stewards are the first ones to go. Even before any... Sketches plus Tubes and Hallowed Halls would solve that. Yeah, but then you're looking at like... a crazy high roll already. Can we play down a Lodestone Totem? No, we won't have the Ember most of the time. I think the Lodestone Totem should be the essence. And I think it should be on Kinho's Carapace. That is weird, but I think that's what we do. Yeah. Yeah, that can be fun. We are at 100 shards now, and only have 50 pyre health. So we better make sure that we can deal with whatever they throw at us. And I think Mark of Invasion is not a big problem. If we face an upgraded haste on turn 1 though, that might be a problem. But I need the money. Oh, this is scary. Upgraded haste on turn 1. Do we have the removal for it? We do not. We have the accelerated incubation though. We can keep our X safe. We don't have a way to keep our X safe. It will just die. Wrong champion for this kind of build. We would have needed a cold channel. We take the damage from this wave, set up on the bottom floor. We can keep our X safe there. We can kill the Quill Marksman. We cannot kill the Clip Defender, but we don't have to. We take 20 to you if we don't draw any damage spells next turn. We take 6, we take 8. That's 14, that's 34 damage we are about to take. But hopefully after that we can get the Kinhost Vessel online. At least we might be able to get a good Kinhost Carapace online. Oh, I don't like this. We really need some unit upgrades. Actually, we would have been fine on the top floor. Because of the Siren of the Sea. Could have sacrificed the Mollusk Mage just as we do it now. Or would that have been better? Probably. But maybe not. Now we no longer have the Mollusk Mage. We need to cast Echo Break and I think Crypt Builder. No, we can't cast Crypt Builder. We need to cast... Yeah, we needed to be on the top floor. We needed to be on the top floor. I forgot about the health gain from the Siren of the Sea we had in there. Mollusk Mage first to tank the... Actually, Soul Garb first to tank the Embered Rain. But Mollusk Mage can do so too. Now if we kill one of these, the Kinhost Vessel will actually die. I guess that's the downside. We can't generate candy here on the top right now. We should be able to now, but... this is gonna be rough. How do we keep the Kinhost Carapace alive? We can do with Shelter. Shelter will help, surely. Generate 2 candy. Kill the Collector. It's definitely not Crypt Builder against this wave, I can tell you that much. But I think we have to play the Carapace. I don't want to. It's pretty bad. Should have put it back. Do we let it cycle? Can we afford that? Well, once we get Soul Guard out, we might be okay. Let's get the Collector. We heal up if we survive with the rationing scales. use the train steward to block and then shelter. Oh, we just increased the damage. No, not abandon. Can we? Nope, we weren't fast enough. Whoops. I forgot about the floor wide buff. Ah, that's a shame. That deck would have been quite promising. We need a tanky champion for the X, because they only have 1 health. It's not like with Marsh Lord where they get a huge health buff when you play them.